My name is Immanuel. I'm a compassion teacher, a life coach, a former cancer drug discovery scientist, and an author. In the next few days, my book, The Fifth Revolution, is going to be out in the market. Writing this book has truly been a journey of love for me. It culminates 4 years of me teaching compassion in organizations and 4 years of me interviewing people from across the world, across industries, for their compassion experiences. This book is all about workplace compassion. And I call this book The Fifth Revolution because the three industrial revolutions that have happened and the fourth one that is happening has been all about alleviating human suffering at some level and elevating the human experience. Unfortunately, I believe none of the industrial revolutions have truly succeeded in creating a happier species. I believe we are still unhappy in many ways. I still believe we have a long way to go before we find balance and harmony in the way we should. So, the fifth revolution is going to be about rediscovering our own capacity for happiness and our own capacity for compassion. And compassion is the secret sauce that's going to bring us to happiness. And I'm presenting this idea of bringing workplace compassion in a very pragmatic way using the 9 pillars of workplace compassion, starting with self compassion and taking it all the way to gratitude. And using those skills in very practical ways in workplaces, applying it on ourselves to discover our blind spots, discover how we can utilize those skills to create a bigger and brighter version of ourselves, and utilizing those skills to interface with our colleagues at workplaces in a way that brings more harmony and balance and productivity, and utilizing those compassion skills in a way that makes us better leaders and create better governments even. And in this book, there are lots of stories. Where else can you find a story of a person who was diagnosed with tuberculosis and his entire group of colleagues celebrated his disease? Or where else would you find the story of a CEO who pushed his one of his employees to death by heart attack? Or what would you do when one of your colleagues passes away from heart attack and you are in a position to respond to that with compassion or not? Or if you are in a managing position, would you be willing to bend the rules so everybody in your organization gets the same experience that only a few were earlier privy to? So this book has lots of stories that actually stick to and create shifts. But it's not just stories. Beyond the stories and perspectives and ideas, this book is also a workbook because there are strategically placed um, locations where you can actually collect your thoughts and your experiences and utilize them as part of your transformation. And there's also challenges and exercises for you to experiment with in your work life. And I keep emphasizing on workplaces because work is where we spend the best hours of our awake days. And if we have kind and meaningful experiences at work, we will automatically carry them over outside of our work. And that's how transformations happen. That's how revolutions happen. One small shift of compassion at a time, which is what I'm hoping that this book will create. So, my invitation to you through this video is to become an agent of compassion. I've included a link for the book below. I hope you will be able to check this book out, go through the transformation of compassion that this world desperately needs, and in that process, discover happiness, discover higher levels of productivity, discover your own capacity to be an extraordinary leader, create more abundance, and create more friendships and relationships in your life that will last a lifetime. And I hope that after you experience that, you'll be able to come back and share your experiences with me. So you will be able to inspire others on their compassion journeys as well. So thank you for considering joining me in this fifth revolution of compassion. And I really look forward to hearing from you after you've read this book. Thank you.